Hello, I'm AndreasG for eSports. We are live on Twitch as well as we are on YouTube. If you are watching past, I'm here to witness together with you, to show you guys, to cast for you the amazing fight between River and the Titan in PA League Division 2 Round 2. This is the best out of 3. We are on the first game. This is Ignis. This is two amazing players. This is gonna be a close game. So let's get this rolling. Here we are. This is Ignis. Players spawning here on these 5 mexes. Then you got the front side here, as I would call it, with this big area with a ton of mexes, ability to move a lot of tanks, for instance, in late game. Important to grab this expansion or make sure your opponent doesn't get. It's up to you. On the back side, we do have this short route through here. We also have massive amounts of expansions here, divided into 2 sectors, divided by this, barrier here, where you can use bridges to get over. So, viable here is a lot of air favors, drops, etc. Bots to raid, everything you can imagine. This is going to be a very interesting game. And as we saw in the game between Flub and Asil, tier 2, timing can be crucial. Let's hope both of them stays up to date in terms of tier 2 upgradation, and let's wait for them to spawn in. Only have 20 seconds here before they're forced to spawn somewhere, so good luck, have fun. I'm just checking to see if it's not some sort of issue here. And here we go, finally, players spawning in. On the north side, going orange, we have River going MLA, opening bot factory, over to Pigeon, Ear, more Pigeons, and then Ear? Bot factory, and then Ear. It's a very standard build by River here, a lot of metal quite early on. But that's the meta, so you can have a lot of fabbers going. It's going to build bot fabbers first, going to move over to combat fabber to reclaim his very infamous commander. Over on the other side we have Titan going sort of the same thing, bot factory over to ear, over to tanks. Gonna get his Stitch 2 to reclaim his infamous commander 2. Looking sexy there, the Ace AI commander. So here, are we gonna see a scout out first? Yes, we are. Firefly. Very nice play, as we do have the game paused. Game is tripping. This is unfortunate. And in the meantime, you can enjoy me singing Piga Yesu on the direct. I'm a very good singer. Let's give me a second here. And with that, Christmas finally came this year too. Sorry, once again, excuse me, I've eaten some grapes. And as you all know, grapes got fruit sugar. We don't like fruit sugar, do we? Because that makes us full of energy. Even though we do depend on it because of glucose. And as you all know, your cells uses glucose to produce energy. So this is the cast turned into a science section. But it is very interesting. But the difference between the grapes and, let's say, your bread is that these carbohydrates are carbohydrates. I don't know how you say that in English, doesn't matter. But these are faster, so they goes into your blood really fast. Doesn't take a long time to process because the chains of the atom is not that complex. Doesn't take so long to break down. That's why it's the worst, I would say, out of the two. Because if you eat the bread one, then you have energy for a longer time because it takes longer time to process in your stomach, leading to you being more stable energy wise. However, if you do eat a lot of grapes, Your energy level is going to go boom up, then it's going to go boom down. That's fairly interesting. Yeah. let's see if we can find River here. River. No, he's not here. Then let's go back to chatting a bit, shall we? So this game, PA, it potentially could have caused a lot of rebels in America. There's a very good reason for that. The whole game, it's got a very niche catch to it. It's the fact that you play on a spherical planet, and that means go in one direction and go around the globe. If you just keep going, you will come back to the place you started. That's how a sphere works. And as you all know, that is how we think of our planet, as a sphere, because that's how science have proven it. However, a big portion of Americans believe that the Earth is flat. So you see where we're going here. There's a huge conflict between PA and the reality of these Americans. So what are they going to do? Right? That's something I've given a lot of thought, right? So I think that's the reason why PA has gotten so much hate, right? Over Supreme Commander. Because Supreme Commander, it accepts their view on Earth. So all these people hating on PA, hating on the developers, it's all because they're flat earthers. So that's something to give a thought, yeah? And all the mainstream media who ignores this game, says it's a disaster, doesn't mention it at all. They're flat earthers too. Thank you, River, for reconnecting. That is very much appreciated, as everybody is more than done with my banter. Got it big enough doses for a lifetime. The flat earthers is gonna hate me now. It's gonna track me down and do nasty stuff. So, but you know, that's the whole process of being a whistleblower, you know? You do take the hit, as I'm now taking the hit for you guys. However, it doesn't hide the fact that I'm telling the truth, yeah? And I might suffer, the truth will go on. And that's my hope. It's fairly silent here, don't you think? Let me see if I can see them on Discord. No, they're not. Where are you guys? Show yourself. River is back. Sweet. That sounds good. Sounds really, really good. We all like that. You, me, and I like it. The flat earthers don't, but let's ignore the flat earthers for a good 5-10 minutes here. So back into the action. I know you're all very, very disappointed now, because you won't get to hear more from my banter, but it is what it is. And out with a scout from the Titan. Is he going to figure out what's going on in river space? No, he's not. He's going to park it here. Gives him a nice vision over... Oh, I was wrong. He's going to look for the base. I like that. And he sees the air factories, his 2 metal extractors. This is not revolutionary what we saw there, but this is something. Now he sees everything. He knows exactly what's going on there. River is after this Firefly, however, it seems he got away. So let's compare the opening builds. River still containing himself in this base, relying on this commander, not really sending any fabbers out. Not got any Polkins out yet either. Meaning he can't drop this fabber and result in queuing up a massive P-gen line there instead. However, Titan sending air fabber back here, building bot factory. Very, very good choice there for him. If this one goes up, as it seems it is going to do, he's going to have access to troops and fabbers here on the fly. Very, very nice. On the front here, we do have 1 fabber expanding with a laser turret and some mixes. So out of these 2, I do have to say I do prefer Titan being aggressive out expanding. Now getting these 2, moving over to the back after. River on the other hand, more passive, not yet expanded. Does get up some nice mines here though. That's pretty nice. It's gonna neglect Titan's raiding crews here for quite some time. Nicely, because we do know Doxes cannot see mines. You do have to have, what are they called again? Scouts. Scout tanks for that. Nobody remembers their name because they're so so give us a little credit. You don't give the credit to the guy who just scouts, right? You give the credit to the guy who fights. Give the credit to the levelers and to the slammers and to the important confrontation going down here. River getting the best of Titan. Very important as this Faber is out here building. River 2 getting the back of Titan's base, taking down this expansion, neglecting it. Titan reacting, saved this air Faber, which did get up this proxy base here nicely, and it's still gonna live. Do we have a candidate for MVP Faber right here? I do think so, as it continues to stay alive. Oh, is it gonna go down or no? No. Oof. Let's keep that in pip. Let's see how that goes. In the meantime, both players going tier 2. Tier 2 weak, curiously enough, from both of them. They're about the same way through. River building with 2 Fabers and soon is Commander. Titan building with 1 Faber. So looking as it does now, River's going to get it up first. However, he is crashing on metal. That is because he has not expanded too much. This Faber finally getting here. I do not think he got there through a drop, so he had to walk around. It's a slow process, but it works regardless. Finally grabbing these two too. However, Titan is being way more graded than River. We do see is wasting most of that advantage. However, we also know that that advantage is not going to go away unless River raids him, which is not in position to do at the moment. Very interesting confrontation going down here. River taking down the Fabs. This air Faber staying alive for now. What a air Faber, and now it's going to go down. Oh no. Please don't. Oh, it's staying alive. My favorite air Faber ever. MVP. This air Faber here is going to win Titan the game. No, the game is far from over, but Titan do have a big advantage on his hand. If we look here on the graph, metal production is just skyrocketing ahead of River here, and he has to respond right away. Otherwise, he's going to be put in a massive disadvantage in terms of units long term, as his tier 2 factory is gonna go up too soon, and his commander, excuse me, is not building this advanced vehicle factory. It's just standing there idle. So my mistake. That might be a massive thing, because this holds the power of 3 Fabers, which could have gotten this one up just as fast as a Titan got up his, and that snowballs out of effect because he's going to get tier 2 eco first, and with that going to get more units sooner. Titan responding to River, winning this negotiation. That's very nice. Let's keep this air Faber in the view so we don't lose track of it. So River catching up in metal. It's due to this expansion here very nicely. However, it does not have any list turrets or etc, meaning that it can be raided. So it's a big point for River to try to keep this expansion alive. So Titan claiming this sector of the map, River claiming this sector of the map. Living in peace for now, but likely not for long, as we do see this Dox army pushing in here. There is something to defend here though, so I think Titan is going to defend that. It takes down one Faber nicely, but the Doxes is going down. And finally River getting up his tier 2 advanced factory for himself. Very nicely so. He's going to go over to build some advanced vehicle Fabers. Going to get some tier 2 eco. Maybe a bit too late if you compare it to Titan, who's getting up his first advanced energy plant, and then over to some tier 2 mexes. However, it's not too late. It's just too late, as I would say it. So he's still in the game. He still have chances. In terms of unit, he's still there. So curious to see how that pans out. Very, very close here, head to head. These two players, even in air, I would say they're almost equal. River, however, decides to sit passive here with his armies. It's quite disappointing. I would like to see them try to raid a bit, but then again, he does secure these 2 mexes and some stuff. Titan pushing in, getting 2 Fabbers here. Can he get 3? He gets 3 Fabbers too. And then he goes down. Very important that advanced Fabber is kept alive. And my thumb is having a hard time today too. Excuse me. Here again, once again, we see the same issue. River with opportunity to do some massive damage to Titan's expansions here too. But is it a lack of scouting? It's just not. It's just a lack of queuing up, which is disappointing. It seems like his APM is a barrier to him this game. Really was not hoping for that. He does move in a bit too late. It seems like one duck's arriving. The Faber does so too, and Titan can rebuild this quite rapidly. Let's check in on an air Faber again. Still on 20%, but he kept himself alive. Assisting the factory. What a MVP. Amazing. Back over here though. Titan pushing in with his first leveler force. 3 levelers in the composition. Have not seen the mines yet though. Reportingly, he's not going to see it. He does not have the scouts either, so he's going to walk right into this. He doesn't fight too much. I would like to see River pushing back a bit here to force them into this mines. However, he does not. Does win the engagement though, so it works out in his favor at last. Big air engagement here. Titan with quite a bit of bomber does get the best of that confrontation regardless. I think that's the result of his eco just being better. Now we see nicely Titan sending out these leveler forces east and west and south and all the different directions. Not just the 4, but all of them, right? Southwest, south, and southeast, east, and yeah, I watched the movie of like Napoleon's Man of Seas today, so that's the reason for my directional speech, which is obviously not home here nor correct. So, however, I have to say Titan is starting to look like the stronger one, and no, down goes the tier 1 air Faber. It's a massive loss, and we do have to remember his legacy. However, his work was done here as he made sure all of this came up by building this factory and helps out with this advanced vehicle factory. Very good job. Titan just approaching from every angle at the moment, however, shutting River down. We do see all of this area here. River is pushed out, and there's levelers in the back of River's base. However, they do not have anti-air capabilities. Income the air of Titan is going to clean this up, going to keep them alive. In are they going to come? And I do see this one starting tumbling in the direction of the Titan as he does get his second tier 2 factory up. So do River 2 advanced bot factory. However, if we do look at the mobile count, Titan is ahead, and he also has more levelers, has more map control, etc, etc. And we just see this small raiding parties of around 5 levelers or so just pushing around the map, shutting down everything available. And River is just not responding accordingly. Got most of his stuff at the base, protecting it. Just not going to work long term. What's keeping him alive here is this tier 2 advanced metal extractors. But is it going to hold in the long run? I'm not too sure. Titan flying over the base with his air force does get a very, very good scout on it. Just take some casualties, but it's worth it in terms of scouting. Now River is likely seeing this game closing in on him as he does not have idea what's going on around the map whatsoever. Titan's just pushed in from every possible direction. He's now going to start doing work at River's base. Meanwhile, in his own base, he's satisfied, it seems like. Assisting out his levelers, not doing a huge ton. He is using all of his eco, which is very nice, so we can't really complain, can we? And River out with Blue Hawks here is going to be a good counter versus the levelers, but they do get in too close, and the levelers shot it down. River is going to be able to respond to this confrontation. However, there's just going to be more as we see another one coming in. Titan now expanding out with tier 2 metal extractors all over the place, really flexing his muscles here. And River is just subject to waiting at this point, not trying to expand his fabric count in any way, because His economy is not strong enough for it. Does not have a lot of direction to expand with his tier 2 mechlist reactors, grabbing these two. But that's pretty much everything he can get at the moment without getting out of the base, which Titan seemed to have control over. Let's see, does River have a radar? He does have a radar here. He just does not cover the backside of the planet. So in come another push from Titan, and I'm afraid this is the GG push for Titan, to be honest. As the bombers clean up that army from River, there's just not a lot of stuff to greet that army. No greeting party. Oh, there's a small one. A couple of levelers standing there, saying hi to the units before getting killed, and there he goes. Suicides, GG. Well played by Titan and River head to head, but Titan just 1 point with his rating, and River not really able to re-expand out to the far east and west and south and southeast of this map. So there you go, that's the first game. We will be back with more, as this is the best out of 3. So catch ya.